You're listening to the Out of Bounds podcast, powered by Welcome Home Beef. For the highest quality fillets, ribeyes, well, any cut of beef, you want to try Welcome Home Beef. Find it at a grocery store near you.
Mike Detillier, WWL Radio TV New Orleans, joins us on the Out of Bounds show, 105.9 The Zone ESPN, and he joins us on the Bell's Two-Hearted L guest line. All right, Mike, let's switch gears. Peyton Manning, have you watched any of the Peyton and Eli Manning broadcast?
Yeah, I was kind of double screening it last night, so I got to see it.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, really, really good.
What do you think, Peyton? All right, so he's got Omaha Productions. You've been down in New Orleans your whole life. You've known the Manning family forever. I wonder do you think he's eventually 5, 10, 15 years from now going to make a play in the NFL ownership game? Because it doesn't look like he wants to do some kind of crazy grinder job like John Elway as the general manager of an NFL team and work 16 hours a day when you can be doing fun stuff like Omaha Productions.
I'm not real sure about that. I think if the right situation opened up, he would consider it. I really do. As a, GM, executive vice president, whatever, I would not rule that out totally.
Interesting.
I really wouldn't. He's got a good eye for talent, always has. And, when we talk, that's the first thing he brings up about is personnel. And, he'll always sort of prod about certain things about certain players. And hey, who's looking good in the college ranks? He's one of those guys that tries to tap you for information now. He's pretty good at it. And Eli always had a line about, hey, be careful with him. Whatever you tell him, he's storing it. And why I say that is at the Manning camp, this was a few years back, he was sitting in this big room, and he had about, I guess, maybe 10 of the current college college quarterbacks, but all of them were really good. And he was, what's your strengths and weaknesses as a player? And they were spilling their guts out to him. And Eli was, man, those guys don't realize it. One day he's going to use that against them.
Oh.
That he's going to be in a position where he's going to use it against them. And, he's very good at it. And, Peyton is quite the personality. And, I always felt there was a part of him that wanted to be part of the NFL running a team. I think he's intrigued with that part.
But he could do that as an owner and still dip his toe in the personnel side, but have a EVP GM under him, right? Too?
The only thing with that is he's an alpha male and he wants control of everything. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. He wants to run the whole show. As an owner, you're hiring people to sort of do that. I think if you're a general manager, executive vice president, you can handle that part. But as an owner, you got to kind of delegate authority, unless you're Jerry Jones. And he would be the type of guy, because of his personality, he would want a say on everything and anything. Really, he would. That's just the way he is sort of wired as an individual. And so I would not rule out the fact that one day, he doesn't have enough money to buy an NFL team. I mean, you got to be a billionaire and a multi-billionaire to do it. But to run a football team for someone, I think that's still in the realm of possibility for him. But it would have to be for the right guy or the right individual for him to do it.
Okay.
And he enjoys the TV part. And
he's good at it, Mike. I mean,
he's real good.
He gets to dictate because of who he is, and he's got the chips with Omaha Productions. He gets to dictate every project. And what he wants to do and when he wants to do it, and more power to him. I think it's great. He's great on TV. He's got an unbelievable personality, and he's such a big name, and he's got an infectious, people gravitate. So he checks all the boxes. I'm just curious, even though he's super wealthy, it would take some other people involved to get a team now, because none of them are going for under $4 billion. And so even though he's,
you know what, Bo, I think he's like most people. When you watch the Manning things, he lets you tell a story, your story, and I think that's an art form to do that. When you have someone you're interviewing and allowing them to tell that story. He does a really good job with that. And I thought what was telling was I think it was year one, when he had Tom Brady, and, they were chipping golf balls together and talking.
That was great.
And Brady's comment of, listen, you and I, we different people, but the one thing we'll always have is shared experiences in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wow, that's really good to get that out of Brady. Because in essence what Tom's saying is, hey, you and I don't think alike. We'll never hang around. We'll never be super close friends. But, man, we got all those memories when we were competitors. And that's something no one can take away.
No doubt.
And Brady said it to him. And so that told me a lot about how he is to get that out of a guy that doesn't say a lot to too many people.
We'll leave it there. Mike Detillier, WWL Radio, New Orleans. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bo.
Show is brought to you by Sound and Communications. They provide leading-edge audio-visual for churches, businesses, and sports facilities. Sound and Communications, Soundcom. SoundcomAV.com. That's SoundcomAV.com.